Today I want to talk with you guys about some of these updates to the terms and conditions from Airbnb that just recently got rolled out that are affecting hosts. Now, obviously, we are seeing a compression in the economy, so a lot of these big corporations and everybody in general is starting to really tighten things up. They're trying to protect themselves and their financials from costs and losses and all kinds of things that are happening. And so Airbnb recently rolled out these new policies, and the consensus is that they're going to be very negative for hosts and very beneficial for guests. So I want to talk through a couple of the most important ones that I think are going to affect hosts and just give you my opinion on that. So the first one is changes in the reserve now, pay later, or pay part now, pay later rules that they have. And basically the consensus is that there's going to be a lot more of these stays that are going to get booked by guests, but they're not actually going to make the payment. And so Airbnb is just going to cancel the reservation at the last minute, and then the host is going to lose out on that stay. And it might be difficult to get the property rented on short notice as a result of this cancellation. And so they're just going to have to lose out and sort of eat that loss. Another big one that Airbnb put into the terms and conditions is that they want to have the ability to pull money out of your account retroactively for a variety of reasons. So for instance, let's say, months after somebody stays at your property, they were happy, everything went well, but for some reason they decide to file a claim and file a chargeback with their credit card company. Airbnb wants to have the right to go back into your account, pull that money out, and ultimately sit on it until they get a decision or something happens with the credit card company. And there's no clear policy on how long the review process is going to take or when you're actually going to get that money back. And obviously, if the guest wins with their credit card company or for whatever reason Airbnb deems that their claim is valid, you could ultimately lose that money, and worse, Airbnb still needs to be paid their fee in this situation. So not only do you lose out on all of the revenue from the stay, but you're also going to still have to pay Airbnb for their fees for the stay as well. Now, the next big one is changes to the cancellation policy. So they're basically getting rid of the strict cancellation policy, which was an option for hosts to choose, which made it so that if a guest canceled their stay after 48 hours from booking, they would automatically lose 50% of the stay's amount. So that's no longer going to be an option for hosts to select. The strictest policy that they're now going to be able to select is one step down from that, and that is that nobody can cancel within 30 days from the stay. So you have to cancel at least 30 days or more before your stay to get your money back. So this obviously creates more potential challenges for hosts because you're going to have more stays that get forfeited closer to the actual date of the stay. And as a result, it may be more difficult to actually get it rented because you have a shorter time for somebody else to book a stay. So those are the couple most important ones that I think hosts are going to have to contend with going forward. Obviously, they're already seeing difficulty kind of in the Airbnb space in many markets. And a lot of these hosts obviously bought these homes at high prices with high interest rates. And as the amount of bookings falls, and in many cases, the prices that they're able to rent these short-term rentals out at continue to decline in many markets, there's going to be an even greater squeeze on these hosts with these new rules. So it's getting harder and harder to own these Airbnb short-term rentals in many areas. And we are starting to see a lot of these short-term rental owners liquidate these properties in many markets across the country because the numbers just don't make sense anymore. So I hope this information was useful. Leave your comments and thoughts down below. Let me know what you're seeing in your market. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.